What you're seeing right now is the ZV-E10 APS-C Sony camera, which is the baby for, I think the baby born before the parent, but the latest and greatest Sony ZV-E1, the full frame version of the E10, is more than enough for you to make it awesome quality. So as you can see here, I'm outside. When you have the right lens paired for it, it does a great job. APS-C body means you get cheaper lens options than the full frame equivalent, so keep that in mind. Alright, even when you're outside in the sun, you can perfectly expose using the zebras. That's a tool available in the camera. And the autofocus is awesome that even if you're not in the frame, when you come back to the frame, it automatically tracks you and locks the focus on you, not on the background. So you can be far away or you can come closer and still tracks you and keeps you in focus. So you don't even have to show your eyes. It's eye tracking available even with the shades on. So it's awesome. Let's see how far it can track, and I'm gonna walk backwards and then come back and see how well it does the auto tracking. All right. See, it does its jobs automatically. That's why this camera is awesome. This was the setup I was using previously. As you can see, it's a pretty small, compact, tiny camera, and this is the lens that goes on top of the camera, which is pretty small, 10 to 18 f4 lens, and this is the mic without any cable. So there you have it. I mean, all that to say, if you have got money to buy a full frame camera, just by all means go for it. But if you're planning to buy it just thinking that by having a full frame camera or an expensive gear is gonna make the content creation much better, that's where you're wrong. Because if you're not able to use such a small compact camera to its maximum potential, then most likely you're not going to use the full frame to its maximum potential available. So the reason I say that is when you get a bigger camera, and if you're a beginner, then most likely you feel intimidated. You feel like everybody's looking at you when you point camera to yourself in public. So if I remove this and just use the camera and lens, this I feel much comfortable using it in public than to use a bigger full frame camera. And practice with this and see if you really make content using this smaller version, and if it limits anything, only then move on to a ZE1. Don't jump into ZE1 because a lot of YouTube influencers are suggesting that that's the must-have camera you should buy for vlogging. I mean, it is, but I don't think the price justifies it as a beginner camera. The disadvantage of ZV-E10 is only that it is not pretty good when it comes to stabilization. So it has active stabilization, and you can stabilize the image through the Catalyst browse, the free software that Sony has, but that's an added task, especially for beginners. I don't think anybody would prefer to do that. So that's a disadvantage. The camera doesn't have a good stabilization when it comes to vlogging and walking. The second is not a limitation, but if you are shooting in S-Log3, then the color information is not 10-bit, it's 8-bit color. So I wish it had a 10-bit color. So right now that I'm using here is a Canon R6 Mark II 10-bit color. So I can tweak the color to the liking I want. If I make changes, the image is still gonna stay strong. It's not gonna fall apart. If it had 4K 60, that's the only thing I wish it had. Oh my god, my battery died. So I was using a third party battery, not a Canon battery. Everything that I recorded here, it's saved. So I didn't have to start all over again. So that's a good thing. That's Canon R6 Mark II. Thumbs up for that. So anyway, I was talking about if Canon R8 is a option for you, because that's almost $800 cheaper than the Sony, and R8 has all the features and functions as the R6 Mark II here. Only thing is it's a smaller body, so the battery is smaller, but that you can carry 2 batteries and can get a complete day of shooting with it. That's all I have, so I have to put this battery for charging, wrap this up. If you like this type of contents, let me know in the comment section below. I will try to make more of these, and if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing for more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.